Hello guys, today I am going to interview another Quick Switch IO Pro. This time it is g0dak. Say hello.
Hello there.
What's up?
Yes, fine. What about you, sir? How's it going?
I am fine too, thanks. So I am going to start asking my questions. Like you have seen the video with darkness, and it is going to be similar to the last video. Okay, the first question is how long do you play Quick Switch IO?
Well, I personally started more or less in October 2020. Since beginning, I was one of the first people who played it. The official release was like in July, and some people tested it in April, I think, and like this year. But until then, we were like 5 people.
Yeah.
Who played it and tested, just making some progress.
Yeah.
Getting some ideas of what we want to achieve and where we want to go.
Okay.
So far, I'm pretty happy with how we made it.
Okay.
But of course, the game is absolutely not done yet.
Yeah, that's obvious. So you was one of the first people who played this game.
Yes, I can technically tell the story of how the game came up. If, I don't know if probably like only 5 people actually know about it.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, I think the main reason this game exists is that I made a Civiv server for people who are like cool and who like to play competitive, and we always play some brawls and stuff. I don't know, some people may know it. The server is called NW, and we just chilled there like on weekends, the night, and we just played and chilled, just talking and like playing some games, fighting each other. Then with time we always talked about the games. Like sometimes we had enough time, and then we also pointed out what should be better, because I think we can agree that Civiv is by far not a perfect game in any way.
Yeah.
Even more when it comes down to like only running or like playing competitive in some ways, because I mean, for example, hackers, like the people who don't know script keys would be called hackers for some reasons. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we just teamed on them to fuck them up, and it wasn't that big of a problem for us. But they can be kind of annoying sometimes, and
Yeah.
So
basically, Quick Switch IO exists because Survival developers didn't want to make a pool for pro players, for example, for clan wars or for some 1v1s.
Yeah, I think the basics is that Civiv is for people who just like to play some randomly games, and we were always a bit more competitive, and if you want to play Civiv competitive, like back in 2020, now with the custom games, I think it changed a bit.
Yeah,
I think
it will change, but the problem is that there are no players anymore in Survivor. So.
Yeah, I think it's too late. Actually, when they released, if they would have released like back in 2019 or like 2020, like when, for example, Cosmic exists, which was like the arguably most competitive team in Civiv history. For example, we had like people who were like the best of each server, like Iru and Asia. They had like the team Cosmic roles and stuff, and I think none of them actually still playing the game anyway. I think we had like 25 people who were actually like considered the best players in the world. But if they would have brought out custom games earlier, I think actually like at least 20% of them would still play more or less actively. But I think actually no one does, just because competitive players, there was never any options to play how we wanted to play, and yeah. So like I said, Quick Switch is basically the idea of having a competitive game.
Yeah.
I think it's not made for everybody. I mean, for example, I played duels with a friend of mine. but he's definitely not made for tryharding 2v2s, I think.
Yeah, and
Maybe
it's
just
not
prep
for
some
everyone.
nukes. Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. Like, if you would consider yourself bad at video games, I don't know if that's something for you anyway, because it's all about tryharding. Like, you can't just go into a game like in Civ and then you see, oh, there's somebody who can't even shoot properly. You may have a chance. If you don't try hard, then obviously you won't go far here.
Well, maybe you can try it in Survivor too for other reasons, for example for high kills or something, but that's mostly luck, I would say. Let's go to the next question. How good are you at this game, and have you ever won any prizes in tournaments?
I think I would always consider myself pretty good at shooters, and I played a lot of time. I mean, hearing that I started like half a year earlier than some other people, and they
Yeah.
have like the most playing time overall. And I mean, you always get better the more you play. Most of the
Yes.
times, hopefully, that should be always the case. I would say I'm pretty okay.
Yeah, I see you're decent.
Overall, there was a QSL, like there was a server where we made a duo tourney, and it was overall 120 euro price, and we like my
How
team and
much?
I
How
got
much?
third place. The third place got 20, the second place got 40, and the first place got 60 euros.
That tournament happened or it didn't happen?
Yeah, it happened like 3 months ago or something.
Ah. g0dak told me that there was another tournament which didn't happen.
Yeah, we beat them in the first round, so maybe you forgot about it, you know.
Okay.
Bad memories, so yeah, whatever. Other than that, we made a few like one-day tourneys in the main server, which we are also trying to do like more frequently again. We tried to make one this weekend, but then one person wasn't able to come, so we had to like postpone it to next week. So we'll probably have a tourney on next Saturday. So I technically won a bit of money, yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Is it easy and fast to play a game in QuickSwitch.io? For example, you go into the game without talking to anyone on Discord, and can you find the game quickly, or you have to wait like 10 or 15 minutes to find the game?
Usually I first find people and then enter the game, because just going into the game is usually not that successful. In my opinion, like the biggest and technically only problem that I see about QuickSwitch is currently that we don't have that many people playing. But I mean, it's kind of hard to find people if we don't have any big advertisement. Like I made some YouTube videos on my channel, and we do get some people, yeah, but kind of hard to like grow a community out of nothing. So
well,
I think
this I don't think that was out of nothing. So there was already the survivor community which basically went to QuickSwitch.io, so you had a little bit advantage of finding people at the start.
Yeah, you could say so. I guess. I mean, some people still play Civ. Some people, like, I guess most of the people actually don't play anything anymore, more or less.
Yeah,
like a lot of people actually stop.
Yeah, they quit Survivor and don't even join QuickSwitch.io.
Yeah, I think it's also a problem that many people don't even know about this. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you have people, it's even if you say yeah, Civ, you can just press play and then you just play. But still, you always have to find loot first, and I don't know. Sometimes you just go in and then you go and open crates, hope for your luck. I don't know if some people might be interested in that, like just running around doing some stuff. Then they just die, and they just spend 2, 3, 4 minutes on looting something, and then they restart. Here you always have action. You just start, and 3 seconds later you can fight. So I think it couldn't be better than this. other than that, there's actually not too many people to actually play with. But if we had like a lot of people, I think this would actually be already a perfect game, more or less.
Okay, I understand. Which opportunities do you have in qustions for a battle? So, for example, how many maps, how many weapons can you
Well, we have
customize?
12 weapons, 8 maps. I think that's pretty good so far. We're also working on new maps. Like I made a new concept for a map, which is all about bouncing. You know, like reflective stuff. I think the weapons are pretty balanced. I mean, I balanced them myself more or less. So, of course, they're balanced. Yeah, you know.
So I see Scar is now a bit too good, I think. Wait, about this in another question,
Yes.
but now what was the question? Yeah, which opportunities do you have? So there are 8 maps and 9 weapons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Weapons.
well, so there are more weapons, but you don't mainly need the most of them. For example, M9 and another pistols are basically useless. You would never play with them seriously. Like
So like
OT in qustions.
OT is like the troll weapon. I think
Yeah, that's right.
M8 is the only weapon I personally didn't balance. Also, I said we don't need M8. It's also not too good at the moment. I mean, it can be good, but it doesn't really have any specific need so far. Might change in the future. But like for example, in Civ you have like AK and M416. They basically do the same. And
well, you can watch my video about that. I made a video.
yeah, I know, but like basically it's the same more or less. Let's say that, and so you don't have any needs for having the same weapon more than once. You know, that have like the same job to do.
Is there a difference between Scar and M1? I don't know the other gun which shoots faster.
You mean Vector?
No, not Vector. That M19 was the name. I don't.
M19 is the sniper who deals 45 damage.
Ah, wait, there is another assault
You
rifle.
probably mean Vector, and we have the plasma, but you probably don't mean plasma.
No, okay, I will look at it after this one.
But Vector and Scar are probably the ones you could be considered close to each other, but overall, in my opinion, Scar is more defensive, and Vector is more made for rushing. You know, you just go here and then you just rush somebody, shoot him.
Well, with Scar you can rush too. Darkness just rushed me and killed me in 1 second.
Yeah, but in a 3v3, 4v4, it's not that easy.
Ah.
Also, Scar was off meta the whole time until it's being played again. I mean, I played it for a few games and now it's kind of back because I try to get some more weapons in the meta. I wouldn't consider it as too strong. I think actually Sparse Mosin can still be better, at least in 2v2, 1v1. But Scar and Vector, and they all have like a niche where they are useful at the moment, for sure. So.
Well, I meant the AUG, Stair AUG.
Oh well. Well, AUG is pretty different. It's like MK, you know, MK12 or EMR. And I mean, it deals more damage. It's more like a
this is not
a sniper.
Full auto.
Yeah. I think AUG could be a bit better, but I don't really know how to buff it. But
how much
if you
damage
can use
is
it
dealing?
Right, 22.
22, okay. Yeah, a bit too low for the firing rate.
I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How much fun is it actually to play qustions?
In my opinion, it always depends on who you play with and who's like. So it depends on your team, but also on the opponents. If your opponents are way too bad, it's obviously not as fun. But for example, one day we just played with 4v4 with random people. We just came together, played one game, then changed teams. And we just played for like 2 hours, and it was, to be honest, insanely fun. We just played, you know, just play and shoot, win, lose, whatever. It was absolutely fun, even without voice chat. So if you have the right teammates and the right opponents, it's absolutely able for everyone. we personally, I mean, like for example, I have a few teammates I like to play with the most. Like we have a pretty good synergy, and we also have some tactics and stuff. And you instantly see if somebody's in your team who's usually not involved into tactics, and you already have like way worse team play usually. So I like to play with some people the most. But if we have like super challenging opponents, then it's definitely the most fun. So I would
It is more
consider.
fun if the opponents are stronger, you mean?
Yes, yes, yes. The
Okay.
stronger the better, in my opinion. To be honest, like we don't have to
So
win every single game.
you're the kind of person who likes to switch and play
Obviously,
competitive.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think that not many people are like you, because most people want to like chill in the games and have fun without switching um, or going competitive. So in Survivor you have a better opportunity for that, because you can just play against
Yes.
randoms and yeah, kill bad players, or
Yeah.
make
If you
1v3 or I don't know.
yeah, but like
Probably
I don't.
probably the looting is also fun, because it is um, surprising which gun you will get, and maybe you can be lucky if you get some good gun and go kill some noobs with it. But in qustions.io you probably can always pick the gun you want, and if you have something too much, it is not being fun anymore, right? When you always have the opportunity to play with your favorite gun, it will probably not be fun after some games.
I mean, in my opinion, I would have liked to always start with a sniper in Civ. In some games, I actually just went to dogs, you know, the thing, and tried to get an SV. But if I didn't get SV, I just left the game because I didn't have any fun playing against noobs with like spray weapons. I think it always depends on what type of player you are. Like I said, if you want to try hard,
Yes.
Bigfoot is the perfect game for you. But if you're not the kind of person who likes to do this, then it may not Civ may be a better option. At the end, it's some people say like Twitch is a copy of Civ, but it's like a completely different game. You know, it's inspired.
qustions.io is Battle Royale, and
Yeah, for
Survivor.
example. Yeah.
Survivor is Battle Royale, and qustions.io is I don't know, fighting. How should you say what is qustions.io?
I don't know, arena or something. It's I don't know, but they basically like Quick Switch is inspired by Civ being not the game we wanted in competitive options. You know, we always saw what could have been better. For example, like adrenaline. People always say, "Oh, I love adrenaline." Yeah, but if you have no adrenaline, you don't have to take it. And adrenaline is only there for your disadvantage. You know, if the other has adrenaline and you don't have adrenaline, you have like such a big disadvantage. So you have to be lucky to find it, and then you have to take it, or you spend time on, you know, not having a disadvantage. But if there's no adrenaline and you always go full speed, then that's just better. I mean, even if you like adrenaline, if there was no adrenaline, the Civ would be, in my opinion, way better. You would always have full speed and stuff. The same like with armor and headshots. I mean, like 2D headshots. You know, everybody knows it. It's completely garbage.
Yeah, headshots are not very fine in Survivor, but it is also factor of randomness, RNG. So RNG can be fun, I guess. Many people like RNG. Yeah, that is why Battle Royale got so popular because of the luck, because of the random factor. Okay. Next question is: are there any bugs in qustions.io, or any problems with the guns being imbalanced, or any delay or lag?
I mean, obviously, lag can happen in everything you play online. If you play with somebody from Asia, you can expect to hit. You know, you can expect to have the perfect game experience. Obviously, it's just how it is. Overall, I'm pretty fine with the bugs as well at the moment. Like the only thing you may say, like Garner said, sometimes here the I don't know, the obstacles on the ground aren't working perfectly fine, but I'd say there's literally no bug that I would say is in any way game breaking or actually having a really bad impact on the game.
And that heal
So,
back, I think that heal back can be game breaking if you don't know how to do it. For example, when I am new, when I came here and I can't do it, I have a big disadvantage.
yeah, it's not how you wanted to make it. I balanced the healings myself, but was supposed to be that you can't cancel the healing. But at the end, everybody can do it. Everybody can take the potion. Everybody can cancel it. So I would
Yeah.
say if you, I mean, yeah, you gotta know about it. But if you know about it, then there's like no disadvantage, and I don't know. It's a faster game right now because you can just rush and heal meanwhile. So I think it should be, maybe it's a bit better if there were actually the bandages that back in meta, because then the game would be like a bit slower and more technical. But
Yeah,
I'm pretty fine with how it is right now.
when you can heal and walk faster, and do you think are they going to fix that, or it will just be like the classic wall bug when you can hit through the wall?
Wall bug, you mean with punching?
Yes.
Or actually, the punching thing could be fixed, but in my opinion, punching through the wall is actually a pretty good feature, because it's like you always have to be aware of this, and it's actually used skill. It's actually a skill based.
Yes,
thing. Even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it became the part of the game.
Yeah, so you always have to watch out to not stand in front of the door, and if you see somebody and you be like, oh yeah, I can abuse this, and you can go for it. Actually, the wall bug wasn't supposed to be there, but it's actually a pretty good feature in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, punching through the walls doesn't make sense at first place, you know.
Well, in Survivor there are so many bugs, but they fixed them with every update. It could take 1 month or longer, but with every fix there was another bug, and I think that's a bit annoying when there is always some bug which can like not break the game, but make a discomfort for you.
Yeah, I mean, bugs are usually not supposed to be any good. In QuickSwitch right now, like I said, it's pretty fine. I can't complain. We had a few bugs sometimes that the lobbies always break and stuff. Right now, it's pretty fine. Now the developers are pretty busy. We have like 2 main developers. Well, let's say we have 2 people who code, and one of them I think became a father some months back and changed his job. And no one of us earns any money from the game, you know, so it's definitely absolutely just a hobby, and of course real life always goes first. So if not every week there's an update, then you might think about that. The developers are doing this in their free time, so also they ain't any professional, you know, so you can't blame them for not making everything right in the first.
Yeah, exactly. In Survivor, the good thing is that the bugs were only visual, so that there is not much impact on the game. For example, there was a bug in Survivor when you start with level 2 armor, but you don't have an armor. It only shows you that you have, but you don't have. And they fixed it after 1 week. I think that was actually pretty good that they fixed it that fast. And yeah,
the bug fixing is always kind of good. You agree?
for spray guns, there is a disadvantage in QuickSwitch IO because the space is small and there is not much free space, and you can't just hit all the shots, and the DPS is not full of what you could get when there was a free space. But for snipers, you can just shoot and hide.
Yes.
If you do it with assault rifles like Scar or AUG, you will not deal as much damage, and sniper will just out damage you. if you can say so.
Yes, and it depends on them. First of all, it depends on 1v1s or like 3v3. The meta is pretty different. Actually, in 1v1s, it's definitely preferred to use like a shotgun and snipers. In the first tourneys we had, like at the beginning, some months back, there was only like the only weapons who were in the meta was Spasmosin, and everybody's played Spasmosin. So I was like, we gotta change this because that's kind of boring.
Yes.
And right now, I would say it's pretty balanced. Like I mean, you could arguably say, yeah, M870 and AUG or something may not be the best weapons. True, but I would say like the sprayers and the sniper shotguns are pretty balanced at the moment. Because you can always, there's always a way to abuse spray. There's always a way to abuse shotgun snipers. So if you play it right, you know how to play the weapons, then you always can have big.
Yeah. So basically, you have to always rush with Scar and Vector.
No, with Scar, I personally brought Scar back to meta, I'd say, because I played it, and I would say that Vector is pretty offensive because it has low range and big damage output, but only if you are pretty close. With Scar, I would always prefer to play defensive and just spray left and right to get some shots in, because 15 damage a shot is always worth a try. I can just go off screen and then spray some, or if somebody's 1v1 and I can help him, third partying, I will do super much damage, but in close range 1v1, I'm definitely not superior most of the times against like double Spaz or Spasmosin. So they have, in my opinion, they have absolutely different jobs, although they might seem to be the same or something.
Okay, personally I can't imagine using Ska or another spray or AUG on this map. There is zero free space, and how is it working? I can't imagine.
Actually, on this map, people also, I think the best weapons on this map are like Saiga and stuff. But I think Saiga is overall pretty well balanced, but on this map it's probably kind of OP because doors and stuff you can always just rush, and I wouldn't use spray. Like Vector maybe, but definitely not Scour.
Yes.
You can just
so,
go here
yeah.
and just go through the door and then spray your ass with Vector, so that's still possible.
So it depends on the map and on the player,
Yes.
which guns you should use.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Next question. What do you think of qustions community?
I mean, personally, I like most of the people.
Yes.
So I think it's through other communities, it's like pretty grown up, most people, because I don't know, people who try out are usually. I mean, I know actually no, I know a lot of tryouts who actually also like super toxic, but overall, I mean, I brought many people in the community myself, so I always have like some people I can rely on. And the people I like to play the most are people I know earlier since 2019, like since 2020 or something. So there's always like a base for me personally I can play with, and I mean at the end I can choose the people I want to spend time with. So actually I'm pretty happy with how they are, but at the end, like I said, the biggest problem of Quick Switch currently is that there are not too many people.
Okay. How many people are getting banned every day?
I mean, in the server, you mean?
Yes.
I've banned like 2 or 3 so far, so like
2 or 3.
0.01 a day.
0. Okay.
Whatever, you know, like nobody actually. I mean, trying to avoid that.
And
we banned a few people, yeah, but like only because we know they are just coming there to talk trash, and you know, people who nobody actually needs in any community, you know. So.
So because of which reasons can someone get banned on the server? So for example, when he says something bad about qustions or
no. No, actually, I mean, everybody has a free right to say their opinion, you know. Some people are just biased, obviously. They say, oh, one game is so much better. They have the Civ fanboys, you know. They always say, oh, it's so garbage, it's just a copy. Like, many people actually argue why. You ask them why Quickster is bad, they just say it's a copy of something. Like, they play Civ or whatever, and it's just a copy of thousands of others games.
Yeah, in Surviv's description it says it is like PUBG at 2D, so I don't see the reason to call qustions.io a copy.
Yeah, also like I think the idea of QuickSwitch is way more unique than, for example, from Civ. I mean, banning people obviously for really bad behavior. I don't know, if I know people since a year and I know they aren't there to be friendly or whatever anyway, I mean, I might consider just banning them. Some people who are like the dev, I don't know, some people might know him, his name is Ejmera. There's a few people he really doesn't like, so he just banned them straight away because he knows they wouldn't, they wouldn't have any worth for us. I don't know, it's just like in every server, and if you can't behave at all, you might consider being banned. But
what do you think of the qustions.io's textures and graphics or physics?
The graphic wise, actually, I thought like yesterday I watched your thumbnail for a few seconds, and I was like, because you asked the question of darkness, I actually thought about what I prefer, and not even capping, but I actually prefer the quick switch picture on the left side more than the Civ one. Although I think the graphics are pretty minimalistic, but it's not about the graphics, it's all about the game fun. So I think the graphics are like second, it's not, you don't play it because it has great graphics, let's say like this, but I'm pretty fine with this. I also like considering that I played like half a year with bad weapon sounds, like really bad weapon sounds, and then there came the new sounds. I was like, bro, oh my god, the sounds are so epic. So I actually like the sounds also pretty much.
Yeah, sounds, I don't know about sounds. I prefer Survivor's sounds, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember. I had the texture or this extension, so you have different sounds. They were pretty epic, but wasn't such a big fan of the normal ones, but I guess I'm fine with them. Physical wise, whatever.
So the lava is pretty beautiful here, and in iOS,
I guess.
iOS is also a very beautiful map. Yeah, in Survivor the graphics are also fine. I mean, the characters are pretty similar.
Yeah.
But in Survivor you can customize them, have some other skins and stuff, and I think the skins are way more beautiful than in qustions.io. So here's only basically one skin for everyone, or are there other skins?
Yes, it's obviously we try to get some new in, but I mean they're not as important as like game mechanics and stuff, so it's much to do, so we try to get some at some point, but yeah, it might take some time obviously, but we know that people might want to have some new skins and stuff, so it's on the list, let's say that.
Okay, and what about physics?
Yes, okay, the physics. So I played Civ for a long time, and then I played Quick Search for the first time, and I was like, bro, these physics are so great. Like,
so great.
Comparing Civ, like switching mouse delay, like on if you play Quick Switch and then you play Civ, then it feels like, for me it felt completely cancerous, because you have like no mouse delay in Quick Switch. The switches are pretty great, way better in Civ, in my opinion.
I don't have any delay in Survivor.
I could definitely feel a lot of difference. So I think, like Darkness also said, that the delay is way better. It's a big point.
Yeah, but about the bullets, the bullet speed and how the bullets fly. For example, how they bounce off the platforms, or how fast they fly,
I like the speed of the game. In my opinion, could even be a little bit faster. It used to be very fast.
Yeah. When I played for the first time, it was really fast, and I don't know, it was kind of disturbing to me.
Yeah, it always depends, of course. Also, like on your habits and how much you played it. The bullet-wise, I mean, I can't complain. They just do their job, If I shoot there, then they land there. I mean, there's nothing to complain. Yeah, my opinion.
Can we make a conclusion about Quick Switch IO and Survivor? So which game is better for which players, you think?
Yes. So overall, you can't really compare Civ and Quick Switch from the game itself. I mean, the shooting mechanics, whatever, are of course pretty similar in some ways. Survive is better for people who don't like to try hard the whole time, who just like to open some stuff like battle royales. I mean, I like battle royales as well, but Civ is more luck based, but it can be more fun. It's more diverse. You know,
There's more
sort of
stuff.
randomness. You know, yeah. So I mean, Civ can be super fun, but like on the other side, Quick Switch is better definitely in competitive wise. You can also make up many tactics in 3v3, 4v4, 2v2. It's also faster to play. I mean, with custom games, I mean, you can make like one game and then you send a code and then people can join. I think if you played custom games 2v2 competitively, for example, then in Civ they can be also super fun. I mean, now it may be a bit too late.
Yeah, a bit too late. Yeah, exactly. But what I like about survival customs that there can be much more people than 8, and you can do like 3 teams or 4 teams, or you can just do scrims, competitive scrims, which will also be much more fun. For me personally, it's very important that there can be more than 2 teams, because you know I hosted the war and with the map, and when 3 teams come to the same cell, they have to fight, and if it was in Quick Switch IO, we had to make up to 2 fights, and in Survivor we can just make there 1 fight and it's over then. For me, it is really good advantage, and now I may host another war for Survivor if there are enough players. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody who would say I like both and play both. I mean, it's pretty different.
Yeah,
you can just say, oh, I have some people, let's play Quick Switch. There's nobody on, I can just play some Survive. I mean, I think for me it would be maybe a bit disturbing because the switches and stuff is pretty different. But other than that, I guess like it's a good mix, I guess.
You can play both. You don't have to play only one game. Yeah, it will take some time before you get comfortable with the switch. Like when you went from Survivor to Quick Switch IO, it was also not comfortable for you to switch, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's just a matter of time, and you know, just if you try it 10 minutes, then you're already like 50% better. Then you try more 10 minutes, and then you can start fighting people pretty comfortably. I think overall, I mean, both have their points of being, both have their fun moments. I would consider Quick Switch as better if there were like many more players. For example, we planned to have a ranked modes. Right now, like if I would imagine, it's kind of similar to like in Clash Royale. I don't know, the Clash Royale ladder, you just press play. No, you have like, for example, you have a trio, and then you just press play, and then you find opponents, like some random people who are having similar points to yours, and then you just fight them. I don't know, best of 5 on some maps, and then the higher you get, you know, maybe there's a leaderboard, so you have like any motivation to play. And then if you beat good people, you get like higher ranked people, you get more points. If you play against lower ranked people, you get less points. But we would just need some more people for that. And like I said, Quick Switch has more people, then this has so much potential to be like the best 2D shooter.
Yeah, so that would make Quick Switch IO even more competitive, right? When you make ranks there. Yeah, but now Survivor offers the competitive version too, so I could imagine playing Survivor also for competitive reasons.
Yeah, I mean, there has always been wars, like in 220, and A scene had like so many wars and war teams and so many active players. If there was less RNG, of course, it would be more competitive.
Yeah, right now when there are custom lobbies, the RNG factor is even smaller now because there are no randoms and they will not try to kill you, and you don't have to do redos or something when you die to hackers,
true.
for example. I also didn't like Clan Wars because there were so many redos and it just took too much time. Now it will also take much time, much more than in QuickSwitch IO, but the RNG factor is smaller now than before. So I think it is a great possibility to restart Survival Clan Wars and bring the players back.
Well, to be fair, if there were custom games like 1 or 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have had the feeling that we would have to make a new game, because
Yes.
Quick Switch is just there because Civiv wasn't good for competitive people.
Okay. Well, I guess this is it. Thank you
I
for
guess, yeah,
the interview. And
no
yeah.
problem. Yeah, have a great day.
Yeah, you
Subscribe,
too.
of course.
Subscribe to my
And,
channel. Subscribe
yes.
to g0dak's channel.
You don't have to. It's that. No, it's a bad channel. Harudi's is the best one, so
Yeah, exactly.
only go there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me the 2000 subs by the.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
try. I'll try. Maybe I can make it happen.
Okay, thank you, and see you later.
Bye bye.